is property. So this is the script, and these are the questions that you're gonna ask from the seller, and you're gonna fill the information into the Podio, the CRM system. And the first question is so the red script, the red text, you're gonna read those, and the black ones are just descriptions. So let me start. Hi, this is, for instance, Reza, whatever your name is. You're gonna call them, and if they answer, you're gonna start with this. You're saying, hi, this is Reza. I was getting back at you about the property that you have available and want to sell. It sounds like I caught you in the middle of something. Do you have time to talk about it now? And then they're gonna tell you, oh yeah, I have time. And then you're gonna ask, can you tell me about the property? And then they're gonna tell you, yeah, my property is 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom. It's in Los Angeles, California. It's in a really good school district, and blah blah blah. And then you're gonna ask them, what do you like to happen? So we are trying to buy their property. Our job is to act. We want to have their property under contract for a lower price than the market. That's how we make our profit. So we are doing a lot of marketing to make money, because we wanna buy their property for lower price. And then you're gonna ask them, what do you like to happen? So they can tell you that, oh, I'm not really interested in selling. I just want to know how much my property is worth. So you're gonna know that this seller is not a stressed seller, and if you submit an offer under market value, it's so hard to actually buy that property under the market value, because they don't have to sell. They're just waiting for a offer that is really high, and then they're trying to sell it for that price. So they're not gonna give us a discounted price. So by asking this question, we are really looking for the seller's motivation. For instance, we are doing a probate tax delinquent marketing, and in tax delinquent marketing, you have people that they didn't. In United States, if you buy a house, you have to pay tax each year on that house, and there are some people who are not paying taxes on them because they don't have enough money, or they just don't like their property. They just give it up. They think for instance, they bought a land, and they are not doing anything with the land, and they have to pay property taxes each year. So you don't want that happen. They don't like that. So in this question, you're gonna know what is the seller's motivation. And next question is asking, if I could make that happen, how soon you will be ready to sell? So that's another tricky question. For instance, they told you they want to sell it because they have a lot of back taxes on their property and they wanna get rid of it really soon. And so you're gonna ask them, they're gonna tell you, yeah, I wanna sell it like in 6 days. And then the other question is, how much cash do you like to walk away with? Which you're asking them, asking how much money they like to get for their property. Some of them, they are coming with a ridiculous amount of money, but there are some people who are actually telling you that they're coming with a fair kind of price for their property. And yeah, and then you have another group of people. They are telling you, you sent me a letter, you saw my property, you have to submit an offer, and I guess you already know how much money you wanna pay for my property for, so give me a number. And so there are some people that you never can you can never tell, like they're not gonna let you know how much money they want to get for their property. So in that case, if they don't give you a number, you're just gonna look at the Zillow link and then tell them the option 1 price, which is a wholesaling option 1 price, after you put the property address into the into Podio. But wait, but yeah, here you don't know the property address yet because they just called and you haven't asked that question. So you just throw a number, just ask them. If they don't give you a number, just skip the how did you get that number, and skip the if I pay all cash and close quickly. Skip those 2 questions and ask them, may I have the exact property address? And then they're gonna let you know what's their property address, and then you're gonna check the Zillow link. You're gonna see how much the property worth is, and then you're gonna get this estimate value. You're gonna put it in Podio, and then it gives you the option 1 offer, and you're gonna submit option 1 offer to the seller. You're gonna tell them, oh, I haven't seen that property yet. I just passed by your property and I haven't seen the inside of the property yet, but I'm just gonna give you an offer, which is option 1 offer, and this offer might be readjustable. This offer is readjustable because after I see your property and inspect it, it might go higher, which usually that's the case, or it might go lower. And then give them the price. For instance, their property, you give them like $200,000, and yeah, that's one scenario. The other scenario is that they're gonna give you a number. They're gonna tell you, which is really rare compared to the other option. You're gonna tell them, yeah, I wanna walk away with $400,000, and then the next question is like, how did you get that number? They're gonna let you know, oh the house down the street sold for $2 million, and that's why I'm telling you. And you're saying, oh, okay, I haven't seen the other house in the end of your street, but we are gonna check that out. And then the other question is, if I pay all cash and close quickly, what's the best price you can give me if I pay all of your closing costs and realtor commission? and then they're gonna give you a discounted price, and then after that you're gonna sound really disappointed, and you're gonna tell them, is that what you can do, with a question mark. And then they're gonna tell you yes. And yeah, for the first scenario, you're gonna ask them, may I have the exact property address? You're gonna get it, you're gonna put it in Podio, and you're gonna ask them their first name, last name, and mailing address, so you can send a written offer to them. And then you're gonna ask them, do they have an email address, so you can send offers contract to them. And then you're gonna get their email address, and then you're gonna put it in Podio. And then the other question is, do you have about 5 minutes to go over the offer, or you like to go over it later? And they can tell you, oh yeah, I have 5 minutes, we can go over it right now. So if you want to go over the prices after you get the estimate value and put it in Podio, and it's gonna automatically generate your offers. So this is a number, you're gonna tell them, this is the number that works for our business, is all cash. And then so you're gonna tell them like option 1 value, and oh, I can purchase your property for $500,000, and you're gonna tell them why this offer is lower than the market value. So these are the kind of benefits for it. You're going to tell them that you don't have to pay 6% agent commission fee, so realtors, they get like 6%, and you're gonna tell them you don't have to pay for any repair costs. And so because we are buying their house as is, and they don't have to touch their property, they don't have to be worried about anything. And the reason is 40% of mortgage buyers contract, they fall out during the inspection period, and also they are not able to get a loan. So only like after a lot of people that they are telling you that they sold their house, it's not final yet, because 40% of the buyers who usually, like in United States, they get a loan because they can't afford to pay all cash, their contract is getting cancelled because their deal is not a deal. And then the other thing is like we close in less than 2 weeks, and it's a really hassle-free process. We pay all cash, you don't have to deal with anything. You can liquidate your house really easy. You just get your cash, and we get your house, and you walk away. And then the option 2 is like they are telling you that, oh, your number is too low, I'm not gonna do that. You're gonna tell them, oh, I want to market the property. I can market. We can't afford it right now, but we can afford that. It's not gonna. That's too high for us. For instance, if the seller didn't agree on $500,000 that you're gonna offer them, they are just telling you, no, I need $550,000 for my property. And you're gonna tell them that that's too high for us and we can't afford it. But we have a lot of buyers in United States. We have a lot of like partners that they might be interested. So can we market, because we are not realtors, can we market your property for 30 days to our cash buyers? And you're gonna send them a contract that says like we are gonna market the property between our partners for 30 days, to get a higher price for your property, which Podio gives you the price. And then the third option is lease option. If only if this is a land, you can do that. Lease option is that, are you willing to lease it with a tenant buyer? We make sure this is actually should be red, so I'm gonna make it red. Actually, for option 2, you're gonna read this. We are a development company called Royal Town Development. You can check out our website at royaltowndevelopment.com. We know many local and international investors. They are willing to pay more for your property because we are not brokers or agents. Are you willing to give us the rights to advertise it for 30 days to our investors? And then they're gonna tell you yay or nay. They're gonna tell you, yeah, that's fine, just send me the contract and advertise it. And if not, I mean, if they didn't agree on that price, which is like lower a little, you're gonna come with option C, which is if it's only a house, you can do that. Lease option. So you're just buying their property. You're just gonna tell them, are you willing to lease it with a tenant buyer? You make sure that tenant buyer pays you the mortgage on time and is going to buy it from you on the price after 2 or 3 years. So a lease option, the benefit for the landlord is that they don't have to, because in United States, if you're a landlord and you have tenant, if something breaks in the house, the landlord is responsible for it. For instance, if the water heater, if it breaks down, the tenant should come and fix it. And also the other thing is that the other benefit is for people who can't get a mortgage now, they can lease it and then they can take over the mortgage, and they can do improvement in the house, and they actually can own a house, and which is really good. So it's a win-win situation for both. And then the last resort is if the buyer didn't agree with anything, you're just gonna tell thank you so much for your information. It sounds like it doesn't work with our numbers. However, I can help you get the most money for your property by referring you to one of our expert advisors. I'm going to hand you off to one of our expert advisors that is going to get absolutely the most money possible for your property. So Mr. for instance Smith, I'm going to have Mr. Tashakori, for instance me, call you this afternoon, and he will set up an appointment with you. In fact, we are just going ahead and set up an appointment for you right now. Would this afternoon be a good time for you? And then they call, no, this afternoon I am at work, so let's try it this weekend on Saturday. And then you're gonna call, we are gonna call the realtor, and the realtor goes there. So this is a last resort. We don't want to go with this option because we are not making any money out of this, but it's something. And some other thing that I have to mention is that we are gonna submit offers no matter what to the buyer, to the sellers. If they call us, they're gonna get us a contract, and Podio automatically generates contracts for you easily, and everybody gets a contract, written contract, in their mail, either in their mail or in their email address. So I'm asking you to go over to produce all of the contracts with Podio, and then we are going to send all of the letters ourselves in the United States, so you don't have to be worried about that. Because for instance, you never know, we are making our money out of submitting contracts, so we can submit as much contracts as we can do. So why not submitting contract to somebody who said no? For instance,